So we're well into the afternoon here at UK Metals Expo at the NEC in Birmingham, and we've just listened to our Chief Commercial Officer, Anil Jhanji, give a great presentation at one of the theatres about the importance of the steel industry to the UK. Anil, thanks very much for joining us straight off the platform. It went down really well, lots of people engaged with what you were saying. Now, this is the first UK Metals Expo. Why is it important to hold a conference like this, and why is it important for Tata Steel to be here?
I think this is the first big event which is happening in the metal sector after Brexit, and I admire the inspiration of the founding members, and we have been the prime sponsors for this event, and it's been a golden opportunity for us, for Tata Steel, especially in a phase of post-Brexit and post-separation where we are trying to reconvene ourselves, focusing on UK as a nation. I think it's the perfect thing to be doing, as we are the industry leaders, how we can value add across the value chain and how we can work with across the value chain partners to build the nation.
Yeah, and collaboration's a big word for us at the moment, isn't it? And I know you're joined by lots of your commercial colleagues here yesterday and today. How useful has it been for your team?
It's been amazing, Tim. I had never expected the kind of response we had. Yesterday we got together with at least 25 customers from across the sectors, right from construction to packaging to automotive and engineering, solar. It was like reuniting with your customer base. And what an efficient way of connecting with the value chain in one forum. You get to meet 25 customers in one platform, you share what's happening in each other's industries, how have everyone gone through the whole COVID phase, and how have everyone sort of reinvented its purpose and how they want to go forward for the next 2-3 years, and what support they need from us and what support we need from them. It was a very informal, very nice interaction yesterday, and most of my team has just carried the same message across to the value chain partners today as well. I have met at least 10 new customers whom I had not met in the last 1 year since I've been in this role. I'm very pleased to share that I get very positive feedback from their interactions with Tata Steel. That is very reassuring all the way. But at the same time, an open gateway for them to reach out to me whenever they need any help.
Yeah. And as you said, it's almost perfect timing. You mentioned the first time since Brexit, but the first time since the pandemic that people are getting together. But here we are in the middle of a crisis, what people might call it, in terms of cost of living, the energy price spike that's going up, the pressure on decarbonisation, a new government coming into place. You know, I've been talking to lots of the customers that you've been meeting today, and they're talking about the importance of changing the dynamics of business in steel because of the sustainability debate, the carbon net zero debate, and they're all wanting sort of these big ticket items. Now, you've just stood up in the speech there this afternoon. We were all listening really carefully, and you announced this commitment we're making as a company to responsible steel accreditation for the Port Talbot site, but also to follow science-based targets. How important are those sort of official, independent, validated organisations to our customers and to our own progress?
Okay, it's a very valid question. First of all, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the UK management team for their support, and also the board of Tata Steel UK for the support we have had towards making this commitment to going in for science-based target as well as responsible steel. We have seen the whole announcements about CO2 emissions and the commitments each of the industries have to make towards ensuring that the temperature doesn't rise above 1.5 degree or 2 degree by X number of years, or 3 decades or 4 decades. Now all that needs to be translated into some physical numbers. And that is the whole basis of why science-based targets are. What do we as industry within steel industry, what is our role to play? What role do we have to play to make sure that everything is measurable? Our contributions are measurable to meet those bigger goals of 1.5 degrees centigrade. Yeah. Because if everything is laissez-faire, how do we even manage that journey? Yeah. It's important that, and we are not the only ones. In fact, and we are not the laggards either. Mm-hmm. In the European landscape, I think we are in the first four steel companies who have registered ourselves with science-based targets. Yeah. It has sufficient amount of support from World Steel as well. Obviously, the parlance for developing countries will be different from developed countries, and we are fully supportive of the targets which we'll set for our industry for the developed countries, for the Western world. And similarly, responsible steel is a commitment to a bigger purpose on everything, on being best on the value chain, being best on communities, being best on decarbonization. It is having a nice standard in the steel industry. And we feel we are already there. If you see whether it's our Netherlands business or UK business, amount of work we have done in the last 10 years of restructuring, transformation, we have made a decent enough of progress, close to probably 60-70%. Just the last leg we need to get it all squared up, and we'll get that certification. It'll be a very proud moment for all of us.
Because everybody in the industry, we feel under certain amounts of pressure, don't we? Especially with the steel making operations. Everyone's saying, well, when are you going to make the big decision, the big ticket technology change? Everyone's waiting for that change. But you talk to our customers all of the time, and the people are putting pressure on us for greener steel or low carbon steel. But do they recognise the progress that is being made in the absence of that big decision? Do they recognise the progress that's being made to reduce our energy usage, to reduce our carbon footprint, the investments we're making in technologies such as the power generation at Port Talbot? Is that being recognised in the market?
It's a very, very valid point, Tim. I don't think we have scratched the surface on that as yet. We have a responsibility as the UK management team and all of us together as leaders to first educate our colleagues and our team members, because our best brand ambassadors are our employees. First, we have to believe and be convinced that we as a company are actually doing things. So that knowledge base is still sort of spreading across the company. I'm personally trying to propagate this message through our commercial calls, which we have on a monthly basis, to all our account managers and customer-facing teams, that we cannot just be waiting for the big announcement. We are taking initiatives. We are spending close to anywhere between around 50 million every year, which are towards reducing CO2 footprint. And I know that we will meet the 28% target which we have set for ourselves by 2030. And that is without any bigger purpose of decarbonization. And that work is on. And our manufacturing colleagues, our R&D colleagues, our environment colleagues, all of us are already working towards that. Sometimes the Tata values work there as well. We don't tom-tom about it. We get on with stuff. And probably that is the right thing to be doing. Customers appreciate it. Customers, when we educate them, and that is why you've seen in the last 1 year, we have had at least 25 to 30 customer visits to our sites. When they come over, they spend time with us. When we educate them about it, they appreciate the work we are doing.
Because I know in my job in communications, almost everything that comes past my desk seems to have some sort of environmental aspect to it. And I wonder, as part of the UK management team, when you are reviewing the capital investment requests and the projects that are coming through, do you place a consideration on each of those requests as to their environmental benefits, or is it just about productivity and quality and that sort of thing?
First and foremost is safety. We as a company, I think we have to maintain that as the primary objective. We have, as all of us know, we have tried our best to meet the expectations and the standard of where we need to work on the safety-related capex issues. The second most important criteria for awarding all the capex schemes and approving all the capex schemes as UK management team, and that is the support and the guidelines we have from the board and from our parent Tata Steel India team as well, is please give appropriate focus to strategic initiatives. And decarbonization is the most important strategic initiative which any of us can take today.
And as part of the management team, do you feel that pressure to decarbonise most strongly coming from the government or from our markets?
Well, to be honest, from our families.
There is that as well.
The world has woken up. It's my conscience and your conscience. Forget about customers and the government. We are much more enlightened of what we have seen in the last 4 years. And that awareness is it's not with you and me, it's alike. It's with customers, with stakeholders, with communities. Governments do the right thing. Unless you put a target, you don't expect the society to start working towards it. But government doesn't have the answers, we know that. But we cannot leave it too long and open-ended. The platforms and the infrastructure and the support, there needs to be some joint up guidance which the government also needs to give the industry. But the pressure and the focus is from all across.
Yeah, it's an interesting perspective. I know I was talking to Gareth Stace earlier from UK Steel, and he was saying there's a big opportunity for the new government to make some lines in the sand about supporting industry and the importance of supporting jobs and so on and so forth. But when you talk to maybe some of the smaller parts of our own supply chains and industries, they feel maybe a little bit out of the loop. How do we get the whole industry to come together with a single voice? Is it through forums like this?
For surely forums like this, and also we have a role to play in the communities we operate, whether it is South Wales or whether it is Shotton or Corby and the various sites of the distribution UK and Ireland. You know that I have had the chance to meet members of parliament in the Steel Park area. They've been associated with the Conservative Party leaders. We just need more brand ambassadors to cascade their journey. And I feel that there is sufficient amount of proactiveness from the government participants as well, whether it's the base of the world or commercial attaches or UK trade authorities or all of them are actually quite proactively offering their support. We just need to ensure that we are all joined up in the story.
Yeah. Listen, Anil, it's great to have your time. Very grateful for you spending so much time with us today, and great to hear your speech, and fantastic to hear the launch of the commitment to responsible steel and science-based targets. And I'm absolutely positive your commercial colleagues will be thanking you for some time for announcing it, because it'll do them some favours as well.
Yeah, they're very relieved and they're very thankful and they're very hopeful of what we can achieve going forward. And I'm really pleased, and I thank the UK management team and the board once again. And thank you for all the support here.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Anil. Thanks very much.